If you don't get planning, or if your members don't get planning for these units because of the policy, where do they go? Do they go into long-term accommodation, or are they just left vacant?
We asked our members that question, and we found that 77.5% said they would not go into the long-term rental market. There is a reason for this, and that's because a lot of the owners themselves are, on average, women over 45. It is very often, even for younger women, and I had two of them on the phone to me during the week from West Cork, it's part of their income because they're not working at the moment. It's part of their way of keeping stamps. Is what they're using it for, and they were actually advised by their accountants to do that. So there are multiple reasons for people to actually have the accommodation, but they're not going to put it back into the long-term rental market. Now, we see a very different situation in urban areas to what you have in rural areas, and when you've got a high density, that's where the rent pressure zones were brought in. However, the whole of Waterford is a rent pressure zone. The whole county is a rent pressure zone. If you were in Killarney, where I was the other night, the area around Killarney is a rent pressure zone. So if you've got a farm 11 miles out the road, and it's part of your farm income, rent pressure zone. Now it turns out, Monday night was interesting because I found out that the planners in Kerry are dealing with planning legislation from 2016. The rent pressure zones came in without any support documents or guidelines in 2019, and then for Dublin, and then they've spread throughout the country. So there is no actual tying up of the legislation that's there, and that is the basic problem.